Hello, so this is me doing a couple of examples from that Module 4 test. So this is Module 4, number 3. So in each scenario, there are two people that are running a hot chocolate shop, and there are only about 10 scenarios, but there are 23 questions. So sometimes you will see the same scenario, and I'm asking different things from the information. So in this example, it does build. So for example, Harley and Dakaria are selling small cups of hot chocolate for 75 cents and large cups of hot chocolate for $1.50. They sold 4 cups of hot chocolate, of small cups of hot chocolate, and 22 large cups. They spent $9.85 that they will need to pay back to the bank. The first part of it, which is number 3, is just asking the profit that they made in small cups. I guess profit would be the wrong word, but it's more of what did they make in small cups. So out of all this information, the only thing we care about is how many small cups they sold, which is 4, and how much each of those cups are, which is 75 cents. So we have this 0.75 and we have this number 4. Now, we could absolutely think of it in our head like, oh, okay, so each cup of hot chocolate they got 75 cents for. So if we wanted to, we could add 75 plus 75 cents plus 75. Like we could do that 4 times. Or you could just take that 75 cents and multiply it by however many cups they sold. So now once you figure out what operation, now we're going back to going, oh, okay, this is multiplication. I'm not exactly going to go over the perfect rules of multiplication as there is like another video of me doing each example, but I do know that in multiplication, you do not need to line up the decimal. We're going to move it later. So we have this 0.75 and we're going to multiply it to 4. So 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 7 is 28, plus 2 more is 30. And then 4 times 0 is 0, plus 3 more is 3. Now I have to figure out how to move the decimal, and you do that by counting how many numbers are behind the decimal in the original problem. So we have 1, 2. So that means I need to move my decimal 1, 2. So my profit here is $3. So in small cups, they made a total of $3. All right, the next question is the same scenario. They just did large cups. So it's going to work the exact same. How many large cups did they sell, which was 22? And how much did they sell them for, which was $1.50? So again, it's the same procedure. We just need to multiply how many cups they sold by the number that they sold, or by how much they sold each one. So we have this $1.50 times 22. All right. So if you haven't done this in a while, you have to multiply this 2 to everything and then put a placeholder and then this 2. So let's do the first one. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. And then 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 more is 3. All right, so I don't need that carryover anymore. Now we're on the second number 2, so I have to put a placeholder. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10, carry the 1. And 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 more is 3. Add them up. Now, to determine where the decimal goes here, we have to look at how many numbers were behind the decimal in the original problem. Well, in this case, we have 2 of them again, just 5 and 0. So we need to move our decimal 2 times because there was 2 numbers behind the decimal. So how much profit did they make in large cups? Well, they made $33. Okay, so again, this is going to build on each other. The next question says, well, how much did they make before paying the bank? All right, so when we're looking at this information, they sold small cups. Oh, let me write it down here. They sold small cups and made $3 on them. Then they sold large cups and they made $33. We don't have to worry about that $9.85 yet because it says before paying the bank. So we're not worried about the bank at the moment. It just wants to know how much they made in total. Well, we already did this work. So now we just have to add the two together. So according to your notes, when you add decimals, you do align your decimal point. This is that line them up. So we just need to add. So we have 0, 0, 6, and 3. So in total, they made a total of $36 before going to the bank. So that would be the answer to number 5. Told you to see how they build. And then the very last one, which is still Harley and Dakaria, now it's asking, well, how much profit did they make in all? So we know that they made $36 before going to the bank. Then they're walking home and they're like, oh, I have to return some money to the bank. All right, but how much do I have to give to them? Well, it says it right in the problem, that $9.85 that they will need to pay back to the bank. So if we have $36 and we have to give $9.85 back, we have to figure out what operation this would be. So if we have $36, we're giving it to the bank. That means that we are losing $9.85. So this would be a subtraction problem. So now we have to ask ourselves, okay, this is subtraction. Do I line up my decimal or not? And I absolutely do. So we're going to line up our decimal. All right, so we have 3600 and 985. All right, so old school subtraction. So we can't do 0 minus 5. We have to borrow. So we can't borrow from this 0. We have to come all the way over here and borrow from the 6. So this turns into a 5. This is going to turn into a 10, but I still need over here. So he's got to borrow again. So we're going down to 9, and this becomes a 10. So we have 10 minus 5, which is 5. 9 minus 8, which is 1. I can't do 5 minus 9, so I have to borrow again and make that a 15. 15 minus 9 is 6, and then 2 minus nothing is 2. So these two are walking away with $26.15. I hope this video was helpful. It works pretty much the same in every single problem. So some you're going to be multiplying and some you're going to be adding, some you'll be dividing. It's basically breaking it up into chunks. So I can see how did you get, can you multiply these two numbers? And can you multiply the two appropriate numbers from here? And then can you add with that information that you got? And the last one, can we subtract or can we take away to figure out profit? So I hope this video was helpful. Feel free to rewind it and watch it again. And again, we will be doing this in class all throughout the week of November 14th.